Dressmakers, welcome again on the channel. By the end of this tutorial, you would have been able to learn how to recreate this side ruched bubu dress, which you can style in any way you like. My name is Motsrayo. This tutorial is going to be very helpful. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Now, if you have a fabric of 3 yards, you should be able to conveniently do this for you. Okay, so what you want to do, the first thing is to get your fabric, and then you're going to fold it into 4. Now, if you have a fabric of 3 yards, you can even still take about 6 inches for things like the belt, the loop, and all of that. Okay, so another thing that you can do is take the measurement of your center back towards your wrist, just like you will measure for your kimono, from center back towards your wrist. The measurement that you get, multiply it by 4. Okay, that's going to tell you the length of fabric. That's the overall length on that part where you measure the yardage. That's what's going to tell you how much you need. Now, the next thing that you are going to do is that length, which is from your shoulder to maybe your 3/4 or elbow or wrist, you are going to fold it into 4 like this, and then you can see I folded mine into 4. I have 2 double here, which I'm going to still split open later. You'll see me when I do it, and then it's going to now become 4 fabric, which is going to now be 2 unfold. Okay, so this is going to be my center front here where I put my scissors, and where I'm holding right now is where I'm going to be measuring center back to my 3/4 length. If yours is center back to wrist, measure it from there accordingly. So I'm going to be measuring my center back to my 3/4 sleeve there. So this fabric usually comes in 60 inches length. You can see it's 60 inches, but I want the length of my dress to be 57 inches. So I'm marking out 58 inches here, so that by the time I hem it, I'm going to have 57 inches. So the length may not be long length for you. Just measure your own length. Okay, and if you are doing something shorter, the remaining fabric on the lower part here, you can actually still use it for things like belt and all of that. That way your sleeve or the measurement of the shoulder to the sleeve can be longer. I hope you understand me. If you have any question whatsoever in the course of this tutorial, please feel free to ask your questions. Now I'm cutting out this part to get the length that I want, and I can assure you that the remaining fabric that I have down here is about 3 inches. I'm still going to be using it for the ruche channel and as well as the strings. Okay, so now let's just continue. By the time we get there, you will understand better. Next, come up here to impute your neck width and your neck depth as well as your shoulder slope. Okay, so I have this fabric into 4, just like I showed us earlier. Okay, so now my neck width is going to be 4.5 and my neck depth is going to be 3.5. okay, so I'm marking that 3.5 by 4, but at the end of the day I increased it to 4.5 because I realized that the neck was smaller than what I actually want. So get your curve in like this. So if you're about my size and you want this same kind of neckline, you can just go ahead to use the 4.5 by 3.5. okay, next you come over here and then you mark out 2 inches. We are about to create our shoulder slope right now, so you mark 2 inches from this end right here. Okay, and then you can pick up your ruler to connect. This is where your shoulder slant is going to be. Okay, so I'm just connecting that with my ruler right now. I know that this chalk may not be visible for you to see, but I believe that's how, with the way I've shared this guide to you, you should be able to understand what you want to do. One thing I also would like to let you know is that for you to get something really nice, you need to get a soft fabric for you to use for this style. And if you're a beginner, do not go for fabrics that are very soft. Okay, you want to go for fabric that are soft on a medium level, if you understand me. Like a crepe is a soft fabric, a silk is way softer. So fabric like silk will give you more trouble because they are less stable. It's just going to be moving everywhere. But this one I'm using right now is a crepe, so you can get something like this for you to work with. That will be easier. Okay, at this point, after opening up the fold down the shoulder slope, I have this fabric into 2 pieces. So because the front and the back neckline is the same thing, the 2 is practically the same. So you just pick one of the 2 at this point, and then you want to start working on the front. Okay, so fold it back into 2, okay, just as you see me do right now. All right, and then it's time for us to start putting we want to create the ruchness at the front right now. And you also know that this style has a inner belt, and that's why it can have like a waist illusion even though it's a bubu dress. So now we are going to be imputing all of those details to this one. Okay, so now the first thing that you want to go ahead to do is to mark out from your shoulder to your half length, which is shoulder to waist, because you can see that the ruchness starts from the waist area. So mark out the shoulder to waist, and then you are going to note it here. Mark it on your fabric, and then from that point where you marked, you are also going to be marking the distance between the center front and the side. The ruchness is towards the side. Okay, so anything from your bust span divided by 2, you can use it, or you add 1 inches. I am using 4.5 inches here. I'm just repeating it so that you can see. Okay, so from the shoulder, measure out your shoulder, measure half length. Okay, and from half length, that same point, measure out the bust span, or bust span plus 1 inch. Okay, I mark that on the other side as well. Okay, so just to duplicate it on that other side, you will see the reason why I said you should do that as we go along the way. So move your fabric upward, and then that same measurement, which is this 4.5 that I measured for my bust span, I'm going to measure it all the way down. Don't go about measuring 4.5 for you if you are maybe a smaller person or a bigger person. That's why I said use your nipple to nipple divided by 2, or you can add plus 1 if you want it to be way more towards the side. Do you understand me? All right, so let's continue. So I marked that all the way to the M. Remember, we are trying to create the channel for the ruchness. Okay, so I duplicate that marking on the other side so that I can see it. And now that I am done, I'm going to now open this up. Now after opening this up, open it up and make sure that the wrong side is facing you. Okay, make sure the wrong side is facing you. Now you want to note, do you want the ruchness to be at the right side or the left side? Once the wrong side of your fabric is facing you like this, if you want the ruchness at the wrong side, at the left side that is facing your left hand, you will take that measurement, that's markings that we made. If you want it to be at the right side that is facing your right hand, as the fabric is on the wrong side like that, you are going to now take that measurement. That is why I duplicate it on the 2 points, so that when I open it up, I'll be able to pick the part that I want, and that is what I'll use for the measurements going forward. Okay, so now I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to mark it out so I can see it properly. At this point, after folding it back into 2, I'm just confirming that measurement again just to be sure. But if your own chalk, if you can see your chalk properly, I think you can actually skip this step because the chalk will be very visible. Okay, so after confirming that, you can see I just connect it with my ruler so it is straight. You need this straight line. Okay, so all of those dots from your center front, in case you are wondering where is this center front, that part that I said you should use your bust span, which is your nipple to nipple divided by 2, or you add plus 1 depending on how far away from the center you want it. So mark out this straight line. It is very important on the side that you want, whether left or right. Now the remainder fabric that I cut from the base area, which I told us that we are going to be using, is what we'll use to create the channel. From the starting point of your marking, you want to take a strip of fabric maybe 3 inches wide, and then the length of your markings minus 3. Okay, the length of your marking, which is from the waist, minus 3, so that when you hem the hem line and you also tuck in the channel, you are going to have a space in between the two. Okay, you don't want the channel to get to the M line, okay, so that you can hem the M line nicely. That's the reason for that. Next, note the length of the channel that you want to create, and then you keep that aside. You need that measurement. Now pick up that same strip which you just cut now, which is 3 inches in width, and then you are going to place it on that line. You can see the line, okay? So you're going to place it on this line like so, and then you are going to fold the tip like this, or hem the tip just as seen, and then divide this measurement into 2 with a seam line. So that's the reason for the line. So it gives you like 2 channels. Just sew across in the middle, so it sews it into like 2 parts. I hope you understand that. You can use a pin to pin this down so that sewing it will be easy. Like I told you that this dress, you have to make it with a soft fabric, so use a pin so everything will be easy for you. So pin it down and then sew in the middle straight down, just like that. Now you should have something like this when you are done sewing the middle, and you can see it has split it into 2 parts for us to see. I zoomed in the camera so it can be very clear to you. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fold each end like this, all right, and you're going to stitch it really close to the end. You will do that for one side, and then by the time you are done stitching that end, you should have something that looks like this. Now go ahead to also do the same thing to the other side, and then run a straight stitch on it all the way down. And then once you have done that, you should also have something that looks like this. If you have watched this video this far, that simply means that you have gotten value. Please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up so it reaches more people and helps more people, and also subscribe to this channel so that you can also see other tutorial videos. This channel is all about sewing, embellishment, fabric beading, and every other thing in between. Thank you again to returning subscribers. I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions regarding this tutorial, leave it in the comment section and it will be attended to. Now let's get back to our tutorial. The next thing to do is to create the strip, which is the rope. So the measurement you take earlier, which is 38 inches, you want that measurement times 2. You can also add 2 inches. Also, the remaining strip here, I'm also going to be using it for the inner belt so that it gives us that waist illusion, even though it's a bubu dress. All right, so I'm going to be using this leftover fabric, which I'm going to be splitting into 2. It's going to give me 30 inches because overall this is 60 inches, and for the inner belt 30 inches is just good enough. So this is going to be for the inner belt. And now I'm going to be using this one in my hand to actually create the rope. So I'll split this into 2 so it becomes really tiny. But if you still have enough fabric, just cut 3 inches by a very long length, the length that can go into the 2 channel at once. Okay, so I'll split this into 2 so that I can join it together, and then it becomes really long, and then I can just go and make it into a tiny rope. Now before finishing the rope totally, I place it on the channel to confirm that the rope is not too long. This dress can be worn without the ruche and with the ruche, okay? So you have to make sure that the rope is not showing in case you want to wear it as a plain kaftan without the rucheness, okay? So the rope is supposed to stop before the M line, okay? So I just confirmed that and I cut that way, okay? So even when I turn the rope and I hem the M line, it's still not going to show. You understand, right? Okay, so now go ahead to finish up the rope. Turn it inside out. If you have a bodkin, you have a pin, I'm sure you are aware of how to go about with this step, okay? Or you have your loop turner, whatever you want to use, just make sure that you have your rope, okay? And once you have your rope, the next thing will be for you to pass the rope inside of this channel, just as I am doing right now. So you are going to pass it from one end to the other end. That's the reason why the rope has to be long, so it crosses from one part to the other it's just going to be one single rope, okay? And in case you are a beginner and you want to ask, how do I pass my rope inside of the channel to create the ruche effect, you can use either your safety pin, your bodkin, or any other thing you usually use to maybe fasten an elastic into the waistband or something. That's just the technique. There's nothing ambiguous about that. So you can see how I have done it now. So just pull it out after it and arrange it. So remember that your rope is 2 inches longer than the overall length, so you can see it peeping out just a little bit of that. And then this is what you should have. When you turn it to the right side, it should be this neat. Can you see how neat it is? So this is what you should have. Now it's time to attach the inner belt. So for you to know where you put your inner belt, measure from your shoulder to maybe your waist or your under bust. So I want mine to be a little bit close to my under bust, so I'm marking it at the 15 inches mark. And you can also place the inner belt directly on the rucheness, okay? So on this ruche channel, you can just put it maybe ½ inch away from that and put your inner belt there. You have to also mark it on the other side, because you know the inner belt is 2. So once you mark one side, mark the other side as well. Next thing will be for you to go and make this into a belt. And once you have done, you should have something that look like this when you are done. So you are going to now place it over that you're marking. You are going to just stitch it down, straight, nothing serious. I'm just tucking in these rough edges. So I'm going to place it like this, and then I'll just go ahead to stitch. I'll just use my pin to hold the 2 and then go ahead to stitch both. So far we are still working on the front, but this is about the last thing that we are going to do. Once I'm done putting the inner belt, I have something that looks like this. Next, you are going to pick up the other piece, which is the back, and then you are going to place it on top of the front like this, and then sew it on the wrong side, okay? Make sure that both shoulders come together just as seen, and then you are going to just sew the shoulders together. And then afterwards, I'll also go ahead to turn the neckline with a bias, and here's what it's going to look like after turning it with a bias. You can see the shoulder is sewn, is nice and neat. And then the next thing you want to go ahead to do now is to go ahead to put in your sleeve opening where your hand is going to come out from. And now to do that, fold your dress into 4, okay? Fold it into 4 like this, so that you can get the shoulder area. And then you are going to mark out 8 inches, and then you are going to notch. You're going to notch that 8 inches, okay? So definitely this 8 inches will be enough for my hand to be able to pass through, okay? So now you are going to now sew from one notch to the other. You are going to hem it down straight like this, from one notch to the other notch. So you hem it down straight, and here is what it will look like after hemming. And then the next thing will be for you to now pick up the sides, and then what you need to do after this is just quite easy. Just sew the sides straight down. You don't need much seam allowance because this is a free dress. So with ½ inch, I just sewed it down, and here's what it looks like after I sewed the side. I also went ahead to hem the hemline, just a roll hem, and here is what the dress is looking like. You can wear it as a straight bubu dress, you can wear it with the ruche, you can also tie it with the inner belt. So this is really a very detailed tutorial. I know that you have gotten value for it, so give me a thumbs up, leave me some sweet comments below. If you have any questions, leave it to me in the comment section as well, and I'll see you again in this next tutorial.